Hey guys, welcome to Heat Happy Energy. I'm on Taurus. So, Taurus, this reading is for you. If you have someone specific in mind in your emotional space and you want to know that, what is it that's coming up for your love life in 2026, so we'll see here what is the energy that is active right now, what energy are you entering with, what possibly could happen with 2026 in your love life with this specific person. Now, remember, this is not about predicting behavior, but this is about where you stand, what the connection is shaping inside of you, and maybe what 2026 is asking you to grow from, or grow into. Now the core energy is Eight of Pentacles here. See, at the center of this connection is effort, consistency, intentional effort. You have invested emotionally, you have invested mentally, energetically. Your approach wasn't casual here. You showed up with sincerity and patience. You constantly put in the effort. That is the core energy. But Eight of Pentacles also asks these important questions: where is the work mutual, or are you the one who's giving, who's refining, who's adjusting, who's cooperating, who's trying to make it function? This is not about obsession, it's about commitment. And 2026 is the year where you begin to realize that reciprocity is important. Commitment without reciprocity quite drains the soul. That is what you're going to realize here. So the connection has required real emotional labor here, and you're starting to ask whether the return that you are getting, it matches your investment. That is what Eight of Pentacles, that's the core energy here for the love life with this particular person in your mind. Now, the challenge here is judgment. See, judgment brings awakening, it brings some sort of awareness here. So, this is a truth which cannot be avoided anymore. It's not chaos or punishment, but it is something that needs, to be addressed. There is a moment of reckoning that judgment brings. Now, this realization doesn't have to be happening internally. It has to be, outside. It has to happen out loud, either internally or between you and this person, but it has to come out. Now, this card asks you to stop recycling old versions of the story and finally see what is actually happening now. See, judgment doesn't end things abruptly. It kind of clarifies. The challenge is accepting the truth without rewriting it, to make it hurt less. It's about acknowledging that it has been hurting. Now, if this is resonating with you, do subscribe to the channel. See, the past influence is Six of Cups. This is the connection didn't start from logic. It started with this happy energy where there was a sense of familiarity. There's this softness here, sense of emotional comfort, recognition. Maybe even, this feels like home. This feels like I know this person already from somewhere. So that is what the past here talks about. But then, nostalgia has a way of polishing memory here. Six of Cups reminds us that emotional comfort doesn't always mean emotional compatibility. The bond was real, but rooted in memory, not always in present alignment, is what this is talking about. Ten of Swords. See, what is shifting or ending? This is the release of emotional overextension. This is not betrayal. This is exhaustion. It's like you're exhausted with so much pain, discomfort, disappointment, whatever it is. You've reached the point where carrying everything alone is no longer sustainable. This card doesn't, announce devastation. It talks about end of endurance as a proof of love. So, what's ending is the belief that love must hurt to be real. No, it doesn't have to. You're no longer willing to suffer quietly for the connection. That's where you're moving here. That's the shift happening. We have Five of Cups. See, this connection wants honesty, even grief to be processed instead of avoided. Um, Five of Cups doesn't deny loss, but it gently asks you to not let loss define the entire story, entire life here. There is healing available here, but then only if you stop blaming yourself or of what could have been done or what couldn't have been sustained or what those what ifs. The connection asks for emotional maturity, grief acknowledged, not suppressed, is what this is talking about. Now, see, what we need to remember here is that this reading is about current emotional dynamics, and tarot readings are fluid. We all have our free will. This is the energy showing up right now, and um, it can always shift based on your awareness, your boundaries, your free will. So, nothing here removes your power. It basically highlights where it lives. And then with that information, you can create what you want for yourself. Now, Nine of Cups, this is their energy towards you. They feel emotionally fulfilled by you. This is where you represent comfort, understanding, a wish fulfilled, this emotional ease in their life. But there's also subtle self satisfaction here, enjoying the feeling without necessarily committing to the responsibility that comes along with it. They enjoy the emotional safety you offer, even if they don't fully step into reciprocity. So you are going to be their wish fulfillment, the desire that they've always had um, as you're stepping into 2026. Your energy, you're no longer seeking reassurance. You are sitting in this high priestess energy where you're possibly reading energy, not words. You are like, I know what you're going to do or what you're going to say. So I don't believe your words. I talk to the energy. The minute the energy enters the room, that is what I scan. I don't need your words. You're learning to sit with your knowing instead of questioning it here. See, there's quite power here. The intuition sharpened by experience is what High Priestess is bringing to the table. You already know more than you admit, and you're beginning to trust it, which possibly you weren't doing earlier. Now, external influences is King of Pentacles. See, practicality weighs heavily here. Work, responsibilities, stabilities, long term plans, all those influence how love is expressed in this situation with this person. Someone could be choosing what makes them feel comfortable or what makes sense, in their day to day life. Stability is prioritized, sometimes at the cost of letting go of what feels emotionally comforting. So, yeah. Three of Pentacles. See, you and this person, you both hope for some sort of mutual effort, teamwork, consistency, shared responsibility, but at the same time, you fear the only one building while other person is simply just observing. You're not asking for perfection. You're just asking for participation here. See, you want partnership, not performance, and that is somewhere, you know, you're hopeful you'll get, and there is a fear that you might not. Ten of Wands is the outcome. See, by end of 2026, you recognize what it truly is yours to carry and what never was. This is the year when you stop confusing endurance with devotion. This card is not about collapse, it's about conscious release. You let go of what is not working for you, what is not serving you. Don't stop and drop everything. You just put down what was, not meant to be carried by you. You walk away lighter, clearer, and emotionally self respecting, is what I get from this. See, this year doesn't ask you to harden or close your heart, it is asking you to root deeper into your self worth. Um, you're learning that Stability isn't something that you beg for. It's something that naturally grows when you are, you start respecting yourself and you stop overextending yourself to people who are not willing to reciprocate to you. 2026 isn't about losing someone. It's about no longer losing yourself, in the process to keep someone. So, you move into that quiet power of finding yourself. That was the reading, guys. Thank you for watching.